What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Marvel Comics video. So if you're new to the channel, a like and a subscribe is also really super appreciated. So welcome people. So I just wanted to talk about Marvel Legacy. So if you don't know what's going on in Marvel Comics, to be honest, the whole thing is a huge absolute garbage fire of a mess, to be honest, with Marvel. Now, we had the Secret Wars, which led to all of the actual universes being led together, every single Earth, I think Crisis of Infinite Earths, they were all being destroyed, and then slowly they were brought together by Doctor Doom and various other characters. So they were brought together, and we had Battle World, where every single Earth was brought together. And then, spinning out of that, we actually had a very interesting thing, which was all new, all different Marvel, which is where we saw the likes of Kamala Khan and the other characters which took on new mantles. Think Miles Morales, he was brought into the main Marvel continuity as the Ultimates universe died, and those characters, those new multicultural characters were put to the forefront of the comics. Now, the problem here is that a lot of the kind of very progressive stuff that Marvel was actually doing has actually kind of not settled that well with fans. I mean, we have got Mockingbird's brilliant comic that was cancelled due to poor sales. We have also had other ones such as, of course, Black Panther's comic was also cancelled as well, and that motherfucker's got an actual movie coming. I mean, the hype is real for that movie, but his comic book has been cancelled. What is going on? Now, the problem is, we've had a few kind of polls been done, and it turns out that a lot of these fans don't actually like these multicultural characters, and they also don't actually like what is going on where the characters are changing. They want these original versions. I mean, Bruce Banner is dead. We've got the Thor being Jane Foster, which I just don't know. I think that's terrible. And unfortunately, that is what Marvel has been running with for the last couple of years, and it hasn't worked. I mean, we've had the likes of Captain Marvel take the lead in, obviously, Civil War, and to be honest, well, Civil War 2 that is, and I don't think that's a good enough character. And what is actually happening now is, it seems very much so that Marvel have realised that it seems that it's only white dudes who are buying their comics. If that's true or not, that seems to be the way they are going with this. And it seems that they are kind of sticking with the very classic characters. We've got the Marvel Generations coming out now, which is where we have the previous version of the characters. So I think Jane Foster's Thor and, of course, the Odin son Thor, the original Thor, working together with them. And what is happening is the fact that we're having a lot of those. So obviously we've got things like Hawkeye and Kate Bishop's Hawkeye, and also we've also got Miles Morales and Peter Parker in these Marvel Generations issues, which are going from July to September. Now, they must have looked... Now, I can't blame Marvel for this. They must have looked at DC Rebirth and been like, holy shit, this has gone well. They've looked at New 52. They did something interesting. They did something similar with Secret Wars, but it didn't work, in my opinion. And what they've done now is they are actually having their own version of DC Rebirth. So what we're actually getting here is we're getting a kind of DC Rebirth light. So here we are going to be getting Marvel Legacy. So Marvel Legacy is going to be a one-shot, which pretty much creates a brand new jumping on point for new comic book fans. And apparently, according to the solicitation text even, it says that it begins at the dawn of the human race and ends with a child's prayer. In between, empires fall, mysteries brew, secrets are revealed, quests are undertaken, and legends are forged, all leading up to the dramatic return you've been waiting for, and one you've been dreading. So what is that return you've been waiting for? Well, that, my friends, is the motherfucking Fantastic Four. That is Reed Richards coming back, I think. Definitely, we've got Reed Richards coming back, and it is going to be amazing. Now, the interesting thing here is that it goes all the way to, I think it's about 100,000 BC, goes right back to the start of this universe, and this is we're gonna be getting the kind of that early version of the Avengers. We've got Agamotto, which is obviously Doctor Strange character. We're also getting Ghost Rider, Phoenix, all these characters actually working together as the early part of the Avengers. Now, I don't know how this sounds. I don't know if this could be good or bad, but this is my prediction for what they're doing. Now, the big thing with, obviously, Captain America, now this is the fact that we've got two Steves, which is absolutely mad. So we've got two versions of him, and the question is he really bad? Now, what I expect is, now at the end of Secret Wars, we had Reed Richards, his daughters, and the Invisible Woman all go off to try and fix the universe. Now, the universe of the Marvel U has not been very good. It's not been a nice place to live. It basically has not been a great place to exist, to be a human, because we've had essentially two superhuman wars so far. We've had the Civil War, and we have also recently had the Captain America Hydra thing going on. So what I expect is that maybe we're going to have the Kobik use her powers to actually kind of fix everything, or Reed Richards is going to get involved, and he will be the one. Maybe we'll realise that this all new, all different is not where they should be, but they're going to have a new Earth come and bring everything together, and it will merge all of the history, and we will have all of our older characters back. We will have the original version of the X-Men back and all this, and it's Marvel simply trying to bring everything back together. So that's really what that is. That's what Marvel Legacy is. It is the DC rebirth of this, and it really is probably more of a New 52, actually, when you think about it. I think we're going to go right back, but they are going back to the legacy numbering. So all the books afterwards will have their original numbering, which is a weird thing to do. But that is it for this video. Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.